Karen Bryan for MMA Heat. I'm here with Felice Herrig, who is seated, and I'm lunging.
I know.
I'm
I told her I
lunging.
would stand up for her. Now I just feel like you're being a close talker.
Hey, girl.
Hey, you're in my personal space.
So listen, we saw your opponent, Michelle Waterson, on Monday. She talked about the fact that you guys are, it's almost surprising that you haven't fought. You've been around each other for so long. You've been in each other's circles for so many years. So why do you think it is finally now that it's happening?
Well, you know, Michelle was also at a 105 for a long time. I had wanted to fight her a lot after Fight Girls, and it was always like, oh, only if you make this weight, only if you make this weight. And it kept getting lower and lower, and eventually I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, again, she was just at 105 for so long, and then now, I don't really know. I can't really say. It's just, it had to happen eventually because we're probably some of the, like, we're definitely veterans in the sport, been around for so long, but I feel like if you really go way back, a lot of the girls have just kind of fizzled out, and I'm surprised we've never fought. Can't really say there's a rhyme or a reason. It just never was the right timing, and now is the right timing, and what a perfect card to be able to fight on.
Well, that was the whole thing. It was kind of like you guys are both OGs in the game. So I'm sure that there's a great sense of that feeling. Also, Tonya Evinger's on the card. I mean, there is a real sense of history with you guys.
Yeah, Michelle and I go way back. We were on a reality show, Fight Girls, with Master Toddy in, 2007. And it was actually in Vegas. So it's kind of cool how everything just kind of comes full circle. Now we're fighting.
No, it's good stuff. So I had to ask her too, though. You speak about the size. You definitely, I feel like, have a physicality advantage over her, a strength advantage. How can you translate that into advantages that will help you actually win the fight?
You know, being bigger and stronger is always going to be an advantage, just because you can kind of, if you can touch somebody and if you can grab a hold of them, you can really impose your will on them and kind of bully them, like big sister them. I feel like I can do that. I know I have a lot of, like, I think I am a lot more physical than Michelle. I know she'll probably want to, like, try to move as much as possible, but when you're moving, you're not fighting. So eventually you got to fight someone, you know? So
you've won 4 of your last 5. What's going right for you these days?
Oh my gosh. You know, I think being an OG in the sport is you don't really know, like, you're doing things so wrong. A lot of it is just the weight cut and feeling like, I think you know, women always have body issues. And I think being in a sport where you have to cut weight, you don't know how, you're just kind of like, you starve yourself. You do it how you know how. Now we have people like George Lockhart's, and we have the PI, and, you know, the Performance Institute. We have people that are actually professional that can help us to cut weight and do it in a healthy manner. And I think for me, for so long, everything was about the weight cut. I used to love fighting, and then it got to a point to where everything was just, and because I'm such an obsessive person, I would be like, okay, last time, well, maybe if I just get my weight down and stay like that for 3 months, it'll be easier. So it kind of became, I had a lot of eating disorders, and then, you know, finally I just crashed, and I started seeing a doctor. I got, you know, my levels back to normal. I started eating for performance and not for health, and I think it made training more fun, and it made my recovery better. And now you actually see the athlete, the Felice Herrig that I should have been and could have been all along. And now that's why it's like, wow, she's really evolving after, like, fighting for 16 years. She's still evolving, and it's because my body's healthy.
Nice. Well, I love to see the old Felice. I love to see the new Felice. Love to see in action. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you, Karen.
Awesome.
She's not as tall as you think.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I have really big heels. And they're
yeah.
like... Felice Herrig, you're watching MMA Heat.